What's going on, everyone? Welcome. This is the Warehouse Series. I appreciate everybody for joining in. So today, how can warehouses control your lives? Now, first and foremost, any job can control your lives because 99% of us are in debt, all right? And when you're heavily in debt, you like your safe zone. My safe zone, my comfort zone is I go to work every day. I get a paycheck every week. You know what the job entails, so you really don't want to switch things up because it's your safe zone. You know, if you go and switch a job or switch a career, that you might go backwards, and that terrifies you. And rightfully so, but that's why I paid my debts off before I left my job. So there are things that you can do to better your situation so you can't leave. I don't want to get into that again. I put videos out on that. So I'm going to be focusing on my old job. I talk to people, and I'm not patting myself on the back, but I'll be damned if things are not going in the direction that I knew they were going to be going in, and it's just going to keep following that direction. So I really want you guys to chime in on the comment section on this video, or even go on Discord. If you're not a member of Discord, that link is in the description below. Guys, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, hit the notification bell so you know when I post videos. And with that being said, I also want to put this in before I get to today's video, is that managers, they're not dumb. They know their employees, all right? They know that they know that it's your safe zone. They know that they could push you pretty damn far without you actually leaving the company. Now, you'll get a few people that leave the company, but they know they could push 99% of you and you're not going anywhere. They can look out in the parking lot, see all the expensive vehicles out in the parking lot. And not to mention, is your warehouse like this too, where everyone just likes to talk about what they spend their money on. So people brag about their money. I just worked 100 hours overtime, in 2 weeks, and I'm just going to go spend it all. So they're not dumb. They know they have you. They know they can push the limits and keep you there. So guys, support my channel by donating or going and shopping at my eBay store. It's much appreciated. All right, so I want to start off by saying, whenever you started our work, you hear Teamsters, you're happy, because you get 3 things guaranteed, which I forgot to put the third one on there, and that's benefits, seniority, and job security. So you're not going to get fired over something petty. I have 10 years in. I'm not going to have someone with 1 year in doing a better job than me. That's the whole purpose of this union. The only downfall is with every union is a smart company. And our company makes 10 to 15 billion a year. They're a smaller company and they know what they're doing. And they figured, you know what, we can't get rid of the union because it's going to bring bad publicity to it, to our company, but we could definitely tear them apart piece by piece. And they've been doing that for the last 20 years by implementing tier systems. All right, so we still have one name. We're Teamsters 636. The only problem is there's like 8 Teamsters 636 unions within our one building because of the tier systems. All right, guys, so before I go any further, I want to go over these jobs. All right, so because a lot of warehouses are different. So when we come into our Teamster warehouse, I got hot, guys. I had to take my hoodie off. You start at the bottom. You start selecting. And then after a couple years, you'll get trained on a forklift. And then if you're lucky, every once in a blue moon, you're going to get that forklift. So you're still going to be mainly a selector with an opportunity to get that forklift every once in a while. So you're getting that break from selecting. And then as years go on, you become more of a forklift operator and you select on the side. So maybe you're doing forklift 3 days a week and you're doing selecting a couple days a week. And then when you get more years in, these are all the off the clock jobs. All right, you got your missed jobs, topper, all this. I don't need to read them off, but you are not chasing minutes. All right, you're not chasing a standard time. So someone's not in the office saying, my topper hasn't moved for 15 minutes. What's he doing? You know what I mean? So you're not being documented every single minute of every single day like you are when you're on the clock. So us seniority guys like to take the off the clock jobs. Well, most of us, you get the incentive people that like to take the on the clock job, but most of us want these jobs. All right. So I just want to give you an idea of what this is. Now, the problem is that you're selecting for like 10 years now. And you're lucky to get a forklift past 10 years. This is more like 15 years, and this is, forget it, you're never going to see it. Now, these people down here can still do these jobs when a lot of seniority guys are off, like summertime, vacation weeks are in or whatever, and a lot of people are taking off, or there's a football game. There might be an opportunity for this person to get one of these jobs up here, but it's rare. It's not happening that often. But the chances of new selectors seeing this stuff up here permanently, like every day, it's never going to happen. So when new Teamsters come in and they've been there for 6 months and they start gossiping with people and they start learning what it used to be like and what it's like now, and I'm never going to have the opportunity to do that, I got less benefits. I got less seniority. Because the less seniority is what I just said. Instead of selected for 5 years, you're selected for 10 years. Well, that's less seniority than the guy that had it before. Jobs, you're never going to see them. And the problem is when you can't retain new people and you got people like myself quitting, well, they need to utilize the bodies that they have. So that means Teamsters that have the years in are going the opposite direction. So let me get a little deeper on how we're losing seniority at work. We had 6 shifts between 2 buildings that we're allowed to bid at. 15 years ago, they eliminated the 11-7 shift. So everybody from that 11-7 shift, which is a seniority shift, people with like 20 years plus, they weaned out into these 5 shifts. Well, if we initially, and guys, we don't have an even amount of number on every shift, but I just did this to make it easy. So let's say we had 58 people on each shift. We eliminate the 11-7 shift. Well, the 58 people that were on the 11-7 shift have to go and spread out to the other shifts. Well, what does that mean? That means more seniority people are coming to these shifts to knock you backwards. So when we eliminate that 11-7 shift, our 58 is gone. Now we're at 70 employees per shift. Well, we have roughly about, I don't know, let's just throw a number out, 12 off the clock jobs. There's blue jobs, all right? All the good jobs that I tell you. Let's say we have 12 per shift. Well, we just lost 12 because we got rid of the shift. All right, so we just lost 12. So people that were doing the jobs on the other shifts are going to get knocked backwards. They're going to be back doing to what they were doing years ago. Now, one of the main reasons why I left, well, not the main reason, but one of the reasons why is because, like I said, we're just going to keep losing seniority. They've been talking for over a year now about this super shift. Super shift, they want 7 to 3 from dry goods to be a big bulked up shift, get all the selection done, and turn the 3 to 11 shift into a cleaning, receiving, stuff like that shift. All right? Because we don't have the 11 to 7 shift to clean anymore. Our building's filthy. So we're going to start utilizing this 3 to 11 as a cleaning shift, throw a bunch of bodies on daylight to get the selecting done. Start up another scenario. I have 13 years in. The last 7 years I was on daylight. All right? I get a high lift 3 days a week. I select 2 days a week. Well, they're moving 25 bids from 3 to 11 to 7 to 3. Out of the 25 bids, 15 of them are above me. Just throwing numbers out. Now I am back to selecting 5 days a week again. And I can hear people saying, well, just go to daylight up at Perishable. Problem is that the bottom guy on daylight, because it's a non-selecting shift, is around 15 years. So I can't even go to 6 to 2. So now I'm either stuck selecting 5 days a week. I can't get 3 to 11 because that's going to be a high seniority shift because there's not going to be a lot of people on there and it's not going to be selecting. So I either go there, I go night shift, or I go 2 to 10. So you either going to get people that quit or are just going to be right back to selecting 5 days a week again, moving backwards. And guys, I can go right up to totem pole. People that were on high lifts, they're going to be back to selecting. 5 days a week, I was on a forklift. Never had to worry about selecting for 5 years. All of a sudden, they do this. Now I'm back to selecting 2 days a week. This is how we keep moving backwards as a company, and it's just bullshit. And when the union asked them why, they blamed it on us. They blamed it on people like me. Well, we have too many people quitting. It has nothing to do with your tier systems. See, they knew they could break us apart as a union. But I don't think they really put into effect of the repercussions from doing that. That we might start losing people. People might finally get sick of it and walk out the front door. I don't think they ever thought it was going to happen. Now, in the last 3 years, they probably had about 15 people quit, if not more. I don't know the exact number, but I'm sure it's probably more. It might even be close to 25. And then you got the retirees going too, guys. So you got people retiring, you got people quitting, and you can't retain new people. Well, what's going to happen? You're going to have more of you guys doing the job. Now, they implemented the new system. Still all fine and dandy right now. People aren't bitching about it too much. But when they fully put that system in the works, there is no doubt in my mind you're going to be throwing more cases per hour. All right? They know what they're doing. So, very important video. I just really think so. Guys, in conclusion, Teamsters keep at my job, keep losing their 30 years, moving backwards. You're selecting longer. They're harder standards. They're taking advantage of the good workers because they know they are not going to leave because they have them trapped. and they simply do not care about their employees. Simple as that. So, OK Grocery, that's who I worked for 26 years. Is it the people quitting? Are we the problem, or is it you? Was it your tier system that you did not think about the repercussions from doing your tier system? Was it everything else that you did in that building to just push your workers to the max without thinking about anything? Mental stability, whatever it is, guys. This company will push you right out the front door. They will, it's just amazing. I hope this makes sense. I know this is a lot to take in. My guys at my work are going to understand this video more than you guys, unless you're in a Teamster warehouse that is actually doing the same thing. But I'm really curious to know, is it happening at your place? And I really, guys, I want the best for my work. It's just not going to happen. I want the best for my work because there's a lot of great people in there that, really put some time in there, and they deserve to retire from there. I just don't think it's going to happen. Like this, what's next? Now there's a contract coming up 1 year from September. I'm definitely in contact with people because I am really, really curious how that's going to work out. And it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. See you guys on Discord Friday. Have a great one.